Fabulous. Okay, well, welcome everyone officially. This is our continuing education class. Today will be on pain management. I'm Cedar Winters. Haven't taught one yet, but I'm part of your oil family. I'm just glad to meet you all and have some new friends and new faces. So I'm glad you're here. Yeah, so like I said, today we're doing pain management. And I would love, let me open my chat to make sure I can see it. You're welcome to throw it in the chat box or jump on mic. But is there any specific pain questions that you have or would like to be answered? I'll make sure I write them down. I'll most likely cover them, but if there's something very specific, please let me know. It can be something like joint pain, arthritis. We're talking about all sorts of pain, digestive pain, migraines, emotional pain, things like that. So be thinking, throw it in the chat box, or you're welcome to jump on mic and just make sure. I want to make sure your questions are answered. I'll make sure I'll wait for those to come on in, and I will start our screen sharing, get our little presentation up. Oh, yep, essential oils during childbirth. That is a fabulous one. Great question. Yeah, if there's any more, don't worry, you can throw them all in. Crystal, I've got lots to say about that. I was able to use lots of essential oils when I had my baby. It was a wonderful experience. So I definitely have some good tips before, during, and after. I might need to connect with you because there's lots of information. Okay, let's have this pop up. There we are, fabulous. Okay, so yeah, we'll get going. Let me make sure I can still see the chat really fast. Here we go, participants and our chat. Sinus pain, chronic pain. Okay, I'm making sure I add these to my list. Arthritis, great, okay. I'm so excited to help you guys find some answers. Heartache, as in like physical pain or like emotional heartache? Suzanne? Emotional, okay, I just want to make sure. Headaches, psoriasis, great, okay, I'm making sure I add these to the list. Okay, fabulous, yeah, keep throwing them in if you need to. But we will get going. So yeah, first, so a great way, we're just gonna kind of start out is by taking a second to think about your own pain in your life, whether it's for yourself or a family member, and kind of think, we're going to think of it in 3 different ways: chronic, emotional, and then occasional pain. So just, on your own, or if you have a piece of paper there as you're taking notes, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Chronic pain being it's something that happens in your gut, you've got knee pain, joint pain, something that is all the time. And this can often, there's lots of studies found that that how your gut is functioning can lead to other, physical pain and stuff like that. And so nutrition ties lots of things together. Emotional pain can be emotional, but it also can be physical, being able to actually feel that weight and have it wear on your body and have pain come from emotional sources is a real thing. And then just occasional pain, if you're someone who does have migraines or headaches, or when you work out or have hiked a lot or are very active, you have something that flares up, or an old injury, something like that. So kind of rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, and we'll be able to we'll be able to just figure out your starting point as you're trying new products and new oils and things and solutions, and we'll be able to help kind of gauge where you're at, and hopefully we get down to a 0 really fast. So we start out with this fun little pyramid, and I think it's helpful to figure out the building blocks, to what causes pain and how to heal it right from your body. One of the things I love about essential oils is that we really focus on healing the actual source of the problem, not just a symptom, you know. We're not about band-aids. Yes, address the symptom, but let's be healing the actual problem at the same time. And so you can see here, we have eating right is our very bottom one. Like I said, especially for chronic pain, if there's a lot of inflammation and things like that, your gut health is very important, as well as there's emotional pain, and deep-seated depression that is also related to your gut health. So being able to eat right and having the right nutrition and supplements is very important. Arthritis, people mentioned, is another very closely tied to inflammation, and is tied to your diet. So being able to, you know, have less anti-inflammatory foods, which is hard, I know, because all the yummy things like sugar and dairy and gluten and things like that. But being able to, you know, be creative with the things you substitute, or just not using them all the time, will help you to lower the inflammation in your body. And like I said, these are really our building blocks to our helping deal with pain. Eating right, exercise and weight management, being able to, you know, that kind of speaks for itself, but being able to make sure your body is functioning properly and is, you know, mobile and stuff like that. And we want to be able to do that without pain. That's really important also. That's just is very important. Rest and managing your stress. This is a little more emotional side, you know, getting some sleep. We don't want anyone in pain. No one needs to wake up in pain in the middle of the night. So we want you to be able to sleep and be able to deal with things there, as well as being able to manage your emotions so you can calm your brain down and really get the deep sleep you need. Toxin. So toxic load is the next little building block. And there's been lots of studies out showing, you know, how toxins in our environment and our products we use affect our hormones, and that can also lead to pain and different things like that. So being able to reduce the toxic load in your life and your body is also important. And some of the things we like to point out here is our lifelong vitality. So I know there's quite a few of you on here who already use lifelong vitality, but if you're new to it, I'll tell you a little bit about it. So the lifelong vitality is our you know, our vitamin, our supplement program, and it's doTERRA's #1 selling product. But the reason it's so cool and how it actually helps is the ones that will specifically help for inflammation are going to be alpha CRS and XE omega. So those are going to have things in it that will really target the inflammation. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go back. So that will really target the inflammation and give your body the nutrition it needs to function properly. Because when you do have you know, an injury or something that's needing to heal, your body needs nutrition and all the ingredients, right, to heal itself. If you're making cookies and you forget to add flour, it's never going to turn out right. You need to have the proper nutrition, and being able to use supplements and whole foods is one of those ways to do it. And I just love lifelong vitality, and it's really incredible because it is, you know, there's lots of clinical trials done on it. We know that there's been like a Harvard health study talking about there was 776 different, you know, vitamins tested in this Harvard health study, and many of them didn't even contain the ingredients that they listed on the bottle, which is just sad because supplements are not regulated very well in the US. So we really have to be very conscious of looking at labels and ingredients, making sure they're whole food so your body actually knows what to do with them. You know, it's a big problem in our society today having just expensive urine, right? So you want your body to be able to recognize the ingredients in your vitamins and be able to actually absorb it, as well as you want enough of an ingredient to make it impact. You know, you have to have the ingredients be at a therapeutic level, and doTERRA's are guaranteed to be a therapeutic level. There's enough of an ingredient to actually make a difference instead of it just being an impressive ingredient list. So no fairy dusting needed. We hear that there's lots of, oh, this one's crazy to me. 90% of Americans are deficient in one or more vitamins and minerals. That is a huge number, right? Even for people who eat healthy, you know, our food is just not grown in the same way. Yeah, it's our food is not grown in the same way, and we don't necessarily get as much of it, as much of the good stuff as we need. So being able to have an alternative to help fill in the gaps is really important, especially in helping deal with that pain management. Yeah, no fairy dusting, absolutely. So here, yeah, how does lifelong vitality help with your chronic pain? So this chronic pain will be, let me move my chat box. I can't see part of, there you go. I was like, I can't see if new people are coming in. I just realized, my bad. There we go. Yeah, okay, so now I can see them. Sorry, I had to move everything over. Yeah, so chronic pain helps provide oxidative stress. So your oxidative stress is what is actually damaging your cells, and whole food forms, like I mentioned, is what will help with your bone health. And that's really important because your body will be able to actually absorb, the nutrition that's in the Lifelong Vitality. And so that's why you need such good ingredients and make sure they're in your vitamins. And we already know doTERRAs are safe and have lots of clinical trials done, so it's an easy thing to be able to trust. You need your bone and health, calcium, magnesium, zinc, things like that, being able to help with actually your joint health, so arthritis, things like that. We'll be able to get to the root cause by helping deal with your inflammation. It also helps with being able to have your body at an optimal level of health by taking supplements, and different things will help with your recovery time, especially if you're someone who doesn't necessarily have chronic pain, but if you just get injured or something that tweaks again, being able to help with your recovery time. Emotional pain. So Lifelong Vitality is really incredible for your hormones and just balancing things out. And so that's where emotional pain comes from, right? It can come from things actually happening in your life, but the way we start feeling physical pain, and heartache and different things is when our brain is in fight or flight mode, right? And it's firing off signals to our body, and that's what causes us pain or upset stomachs or headaches and things like that, from those anxious and nervous feelings with that physical pain that comes from emotions. So being able to help kind of balance your hormones out and get your brain out of the fight or flight mode is really important, and that's what Lifelong Vitality does. And then occasional pain, like I said, just being able to help with recovery and things like that, just being able to keep your body at an optimal level of health is really important. Make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat box. Yeah, no, we're good. So another thing is, I keep hitting my scroll button, my bad. Another thing to be aware of, is the dangers of prescription medication. We know there is a time and a place for prescription medication, absolutely, but we have to be very cautious of them and not overuse them, right? So when you're dealing, with pain and stuff like that, especially nowadays, I don't know if you've experienced this or, or know people, but it is very commonly prescribed. Opioids, are easy to get, and it's often just a band-aid for the problem, not really a solution or fighting the virus or the problem or whatever's in pain, not actually healing it. So definitely just be aware. But also just things like ibuprofen and, Tylenol and those sorts of normal NSAIDs is what they're called, is there are thousands of deaths every single year just from normal doses of ibuprofen and Advil and things like that. That's let alone overdoses, plus it's damaging your kidney and your liver and things like that, which is just really hard. Dawn, I saw you were getting on. How's your experience? So you tell us about your sweet husband. I know he can't take ibuprofen, but tell us about that. And say if you're able to jump on. There you go.
Yeah. So it was before we were on a date, and he had just had ankle surgery, and he proceeded to trip and fall in the street outside. So we knew he was allergic to ibuprofen, but I had no idea, and gave him Excedrin to help with the pain because he was in a lot of pain. And I have some awesome pictures of his very, very swollen face. I tell people I did try to kill my husband at one point. So yeah, and that was just, he took one Excedrin and he ended up in the hospital with breathing issues and all sorts of things.
And that's so hard. Oh man, I have seen the picture. He was very, very swollen. So I'm glad he's okay. We're all good now. But yeah, I have a cousin who was a soccer player, and in high school he got injured a couple times, and the doctor told him to take ibuprofen, to be able to help with the inflammation and pain and stuff like that. But after taking it for so long, it actually damaged his kidney and liver. If he takes it now, he immediately starts throwing up. His body has become immune to it, and he really didn't overdosed or anything like that. He was doing exactly what the doctor told him, but just taking it in that amount, it did not function well with his body and it actually damaged it permanently. So it's just it's hard because we think these things are safe and normal, and they can be in small doses, but when there's a natural defense that we know has no side effects, and no addictions and things like that, why don't we just try that first? Exactly, Rich. Natural defenses are great first thing to try when there's something that goes wrong. And obviously, if something isn't really intense, go to the doctor, make sure you get taken care of. We don't want you in pain, but these are really great to be able to have just on hand and be able to try very first. It gives me a lot of mom peace. I have something, I'm like, I already know we're hiking outside, it's summertime. I just refilled my like diaper bag with our summer oils, make sure we have bug bite stuff and things like that to make sure I have things for on the go. And yeah, tips for weaning off pain meds. So we always suggest you increase your water, drink tons and tons of water, replace the habit. So sometimes, getting off your pain medication can be hard. So be able to replace it with something that's healthier. Keep your oils right next to where you keep your pain medication so that you see that and are able to go to that first instead of reaching for your pain medication. And you can work with your doctor or do what you feel comfortable with, being able to do them both at the same time, and you can decide if you want to replace it fully with essential oils or what you want to do to be able to wean yourself off. Being able to take the Lifelong Vitality as well as other supplements or oils is really great and will help your body to naturally work through things and be able to wean yourself off. And then make sure you're supported with great people around you who know what you're doing and are able to help you and keep you accountable and things like that. You want to be able to have good people around you and change your environment if you need to, so that it's not tempting or not something that's easy to fall back into if that's your goal is to change something. Now the Symphony of Cells, this is a little gem that I was not utilizing for many, many years, but it has been incredible. So this little book, it's called The Symphony of Cells, and there are lots of different protocols in it. But how Symphony of Cells works is, you can see here on this side, this is the inflammation protocol. So we call them protocols, and there's a bunch of different protocols, for being sick or chronic pain, all sorts of stuff. And so this one is for inflammation, like I said, and it's a protocol that you put on your back. So you can see we start out with frankincense, and you have the little symbols next to it. So it says use your hand, be able to apply it to your feet, and neck, and then let the person smell it. And so that's what you do very first. And then you do a carrier oil, which is coconut oil, then melaleuca, which is tea tree. And you can see in the book, it gives you, what the little pictures mean. Hand just means apply it with your hand on your back and then rub the rest on your feet. And so that's basically what all of these little ones are. But being able to do this, you can do it once a week. You could do it, if you're someone who has really chronic pain, I definitely suggest doing it once a week for a month or two. You can be able to do it once a week, and that will really help jumpstart your body in the healing process and dealing with the inflammation. If it's something that, you're an active person, or you just finished a marathon or something active, definitely use this. Deal with the inflammation, help your body heal, even if it's not something that's chronic. But the Symphony of Cells are really incredible, and being able to have them applied to your spine with so many nerve endings in your feet, your pores are really big. Being able to get it soaked into your bloodstream quickly is incredible. And Symphony of Cells is really awesome. It's a really cool technique, and there's lots of different uses for it. You can just get the little book online. You can just look it up, and it looks like this. You recognize the picture, but it's really, really cool. Yeah, Dawn, I was gonna say, it's an amazing back pain protocol. If you're someone who has back pain, yeah, absolutely. Yep, and great for helping get rid of addictions as well. There's there's multiple protocols for lots of different things, so being able to use it for lots of different applications. So now we're going to start talking more about the actual oils. So we're going to talk about all of these, and I have my little list here of things you guys shouted out. I saw baby teething pain, so I'll make sure I add that to the list. So we're going to talk about these, and these products, like I said, are going to help not only with the immediate symptom relief, but also addressing the source of the problem. So I just really love that. What we are going to, I'm going to jump through them and, have big pictures of them individually like this. So you can screenshot it, all of them if you want all of them, but don't panic. I'm going to walk through them slowly one at a time. So you'll be able to take notes or, look at the products and take a screenshot if you need. So our first one is joint pain. So with joint pain, being able to apply something topically is great. But the key will be able to address it internally and really get that inflammation. It seems to stay in your system longer, and it will just give you longer relief. My mom had a really hurt shoulder and hurt for months, and she was at the point where she was about to go to the doctor because it just hurt so bad. And whenever she moved it or lifted things, she could just feel the shooting pain down for a good 6+ months. But she started taking Deep Blue, polyphenol, and then Copaiba internally, and being able to take them internally was a big difference. She'd been trying it topically and it helped for a while, but it wasn't lasting all day, and she didn't notice it getting better. Whereas being able to take the Deep Blue and Copaiba internally was a game changer. She totally noticed a difference, and after a month, it was completely healed and gone away. And that's all she had done. She hadn't, been doing anything else. She'd been living life normally, moving it, using it, picking things up. So it's not like it had a rest. So Copaiba is not pictured on here, but Copaiba and Deep Blue are the power couple. The Deep Blue is similar, people associate it. It's a similar thing like icy hot. So being able to do Deep Blue is that soothing feeling, and then Copaiba, it's one of the most anti-inflammatory substances on earth, but it's also magnifies any oil that it's paired with. So being able to have the two together is amazing for joint pain. It's really incredible. And there's this cool Deep Blue stick that has come out. Yeah, Janet, exactly. A couple of your friends, I'll just read it out loud, has been able to replace their pain medication with Copaiba. Yeah, so I don't take ibuprofen anymore. I haven't in years. If I ever need, where I would have taken ibuprofen, I just take a Copaiba capsule. So the question is, how many drops are in a Copaiba soft gel and a turmeric capsule? Great question. I am not 100% sure. If someone knows the exact drops, let me know. There's a couple. Yeah, I was gonna say probably 2 or 3. If I ever make my own, I do about 2 or 3. So you're just fine. The turmeric is actually unique. I'll have Dawn talk more about it in a second, but turmeric is really amazing, especially doTERRA's turmeric. So doTERRA's turmeric has a ton of studies, several years developing this. And the turmeric is a dual chamber. So it has the oil in it as well as the powder. And they found when you add the two together, it makes it easier to absorb, and it increases its effectiveness by 11 times. Isn't that crazy? So being able to take doTERRA's turmeric is like having the power of 11 other turmerics. That's crazy to me. So it's a super amazing one. Let me make sure. I'll have Dawn jump on in a second. I'm just making sure I read everyone's comments. So yeah, Copaiba is a force. Yep, it is. It multiplies anything it's paired with. So it's just great to add stuff. So Amanda was saying, I need to try Copaiba. Yeah, peppermint, frankincense, and lavender. Those will get to headache pain, but I love that. Yep. Yeah, Copaiba is awesome. Yeah. So Dawn, will you share your experience with you and your husband with trying these products for his back pain? Oh, maybe she's off. Oh, there she is.
No, I'm here. Sorry. My husband was asking me questions just to So you wanted information on turmeric and Copaiba?
Yeah, just how you've used it. You and Paul have used it.
So we use it frequently for, we use the turmeric, the Copaiba oil, and actually the Deep Blue oil together when he's having arthritis pain or his back pain. And we layer it just like that: turmeric, Copaiba, and then the Deep Blue, which helps a ton. He also takes the turmeric capsules and the Copaiba capsules daily. And it really, he has a 50% herniated disc in his back, and it takes away the huge edge off of it, so he can actually function and be a dad, which has been a huge blessing to us. And because obviously he's allergic to, the NSAIDs, and so it's been a huge blessing.
No, I'm so glad. Yeah, and that you've been able to he's a dad with a little baby, a little cute girl, and so you want to make sure he's able to play with her and do all that fun stuff. And from what you've told me, it's really helped. So I'm really happy for him. Yeah, I'm gonna say, oh, they're really, these three together, Deep Blue, Copaiba, and turmeric, are really incredible. And you can layer them in lots of different ways. We mentioned the Deep Blue stick. Oh, I don't have mine next to me. I should have grabbed it. But it's new. So the Deep Blue stick is kind of like a deodorant, and it has Deep Blue and Copaiba in it. And it is a certified over-the-counter pain relief for arthritis and things like that. And it's really nice. Yeah, it's nice to have them in rollers or the stick or something, because you don't have to rub them in with your hands. Not everyone likes having oils in their hands, especially how strong Deep Blue is and stuff like that. So being able to have just the stick of it is really nice. It's super handy. And then we also, in addition to Lifelong Vitality, like we say, the Lifelong Vitality really just balances things out and gets it to optimal level, so that when you take other things like Deep Blue and turmeric and Copaiba, you're actually able to deal with the over and above problems, not just the normal things that your body's healing and maintaining. So many great tips in here. Yeah, we'll get to headaches, and you guys are welcome to, I'll make sure to read these tips for headaches. There's some really good ones. So muscle pain. This one's very similar, like we said. Oh, here's the Copaiba. These are the Copaiba capsules and marjoram. Really fabulous. So for muscle pain, like if you're someone who's active, or you have sore muscles for whatever reason, Deep Blue is really great to use. You can use it before you are active because it helps oxygenate your muscles. I'm a dancer, and being able to use Deep Blue, I like to use it on my legs. I know lots of runners do also. Being able to use it on my legs helps my legs feel like it's almost like they are warmed up, and it really feels like they're loosened and stretched and things like that. So I love being able to add that to your pre-activity. But then post-activity, these are all fabulous as well to be able to heal. No one likes being so sore you can't move the next day, right? That's never fun. So being able to use them like that. Amanda was just asking about the marjoram. So marjoram is one that you apply topically to things. Let me double check. It is one I know people use, but I don't use marjoram. I'm always just fine with the Deep Blue. So let me pull up my Essential Life book right here. Let me see, do the alphabet. Oh, here I am. Okay, marjoram. Yeah, so this one, yeah, so it says apply to the area of discomfort for lots and lots of different things. You're welcome to try that one. And I love that these are options, really. You can layer them. If one works fine, just use the one option, but if you need more support or more areas your body is trying to heal, then you add products in. I just love that, right? When you go to the doctor and they are helping you try to figure something out, they give you their top recommendation. And if it doesn't work or it doesn't give you the full relief, you try the next thing. And that's what's great with oils, except we know there's not the addictions or side effects, things like that. So I'm really grateful that we have such a natural option. And it's fun when now that you have your own accountants and things like that, so you can try building your essential oil cabinet. And if something isn't giving you the exact results you want, talk to your wellness advocate, and they'll be able to help give you the next recommendation, or be able to come to one of these classes and we'll be able to tell you the next thing. Yeah, so this one is for muscle pain. Now we're going to move on to emotional pain. So as we said, with Lifelong Vitality, here are our top, some of our top recommendations. The adaptive line is really incredible. It is specifically for anxiety, but there are lots of emotions, that fall into the realm of anxiety or depression and things like that. So being able to have adaptive, you can take the whole system. We have a roller bottle here, internal, as well as an oil. I love diffusing adaptive. I think it's really fun. And then elevation, sadly, is no longer a thing, but you can replace it with cheer, or I honestly love putting an emotional oil plus a citrus oil. So emotional oils like adaptive, balance, serenity, those are the oils that really help calm the emotions. And then the elevation or cheer or citrus is that pep up, that perk of happiness and sunshine. So being able to add an emotional oil with a citrus, I think, is a golden ticket. That's my favorite recipe, and you can mix and match whatever your favorite is. But we love being able to put it in a diffuser. Yes, so emotional pain. So being able to put things in a diffuser, helps with set the whole mood to your room, helps you, helps your kids, your office, your classroom, whatever it is, being able to diffuse things. I know, right, Amanda? Frankincense can do everything. Frankincense is a powerful anti-inflammatory thing as well, for like physical pain and stuff like that. But frankincense is really incredible for cellular health, as well as just an emotional oil of light. So that's a great one to add to things. Say, Rich, I don't know if you're on, but like I know Rich had an experience with a sprained ankle, wasn't it? And you had frankincense and lavender. What did you use at the airport?
Oh yeah, so here we are. We're hobbling through the airport, dragging luggage and everything. And I guess what it was is I had been bitten or something, and then I had a sprained ankle at the same time. But yeah, we put on Deep Blue.
No, it was frankincense and
It was Frank. Yeah, I'm sorry. I love Deep Blue, but in that situation, we had frankincense, which is amazing, right? And then lavender, which really helped as well. And I was surprised. It was maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and it had it wasn't as swollen, and it was just pretty. I could move around, and it was pretty amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, airport is hard because there's like no escape. You're stuck there. So I'm glad you had those on hand. That would have been a long flight. Woo! I'm glad those worked. Yeah, so these are our suggestions for emotional pain. But yeah, there's the wonderful emotional oils. I love the adaptives. If you just feel like you're someone who has a little more, chronic emotional pain, or you want more all-day relief, we really suggest being able to take adaptive internally. Also, I hear lots of people say they add copaiba to their adaptive regimen, because the copaiba, like we mentioned, is a magnifier, so it helps make the adaptive a little stronger. But so being able to do adaptive and some copaiba, that's a really great option if you want a little more punch to it for the adaptive. But yeah, these are great emotional oils. Next, we'll do digestive. Like we mentioned, there's a lot of pain that is just actual gut pain, but gut health can affect other pain in your body as well. So we have, I think I noticed this the last time we did the class, and I forgot to try to change it. So I'm sorry, there's 2 pictures of Terrazyme. One of them is supposed to be the PB Assist. But I love PB Assist and Terrazyme. They're absolutely incredible. The PB Assist is our probiotic, and that is what helps your gut environment change over time. So that's something you can take every single day to cleanse your body, your gut, and be able to kill off, the bad guys and repopulate with good probiotics. So PB Assist is really incredible. Terrazyme will help heal your gut lining. So that's something we suggest you take. You can take it every single meal. You can take it at morning and night. You can take up to like 5. Actually, I know people will take more than that. You can take a good couple. I think it suggests 9 or 10. I know people who take 2 every meal and things like that. So you can take Terrazyme if you're someone who has a really unhealthy gut and needs some help. But being able to take Terrazyme is incredible. I have an aunt and a cousin who've had some pretty hard gut issues their whole lives, and we were able to introduce Terrazyme to them about 2 years ago, and it is night and day difference. They don't throw up every day like they used to. Their bowels are working way more normally than they ever did, and for the years and years they struggled with this pain. And so the Terrazyme, I have seen so many examples of big changes right away. So that's definitely a top of the list if you haven't tried something yet. We have DigestZen and Tamer. DigestZen is one of our super common oils, definitely a top 10. It has a fennel in it, so it kind of smells and tastes like black licorice. So if you're someone who doesn't like black licorice, you might not love the smell, but you can put it in little teeny capsules. So you can put them in capsules yourself, or just buy doTERRA sells it in capsules as well. So that way you can take it internally and get the health benefits without tasting it or smelling like it. DigestZen is great. Peppermint is honestly another great one. Just being able to help with the digestive pain as well. And these are oils you can take every day, preventatively, but you also can be reactive. So if you just happen to have, eaten something that's not settling with you right, or you maybe should have had too much, or, whatever it is, you can take it reactively as well. Oh yeah, thank you, Janet. Terrazyme was great for your immune system, skin, and brain health. Yeah, there's so many good things with that one. I agree. Tamer here is a part of our kids blend. So I love Tamer, especially if you have babies, when you're transitioning, from nursing to solids, when they're starting to have to experience all that fun new digestive stuff, being able to have your toddlers, it's already diluted, so it's safe for babies and toddlers. My little girl, she's 2, she knows she can use her Tamer, so if she has an upset tummy, she asks for her oil, and I'll just give it to her, and she thinks it's funny and tickles to roll on her belly, and give it a little massage in, so it's really fun. Yes, oil of repentance, exactly, Esther. Yes, Dawn, Tamer is great for constipation for little babies. Yep. And then the last product here is our Entera coated peppermint. So these are another dual chamber. So it's really great because you want the peppermint to make it, past your stomach acid all the way down into your gut and your intestines. And so being able to have the dual chamber is really important because it has to make it far enough through your digestive system to be where it's really needed. And most peppermints don't do it that far. This is something we suggest you take on an empty stomach. This is an incredible one for healing. So if you have IBS, a really chronic stomach or gut pain, being able to take this one before bed or right first thing in the morning, before you've eaten, 30 minutes before a meal, that'll help begin to heal your stomach over time. Oh, acid reflux is something I hear lots of people say. So you can do peppermint for that just internally, but Terrazyme, being able to take that consistently, will also help it, not happen as frequently, whereas peppermint is a little more of just reactive, once it happens. Yeah, take peppermint 2 times, take 2 before you go to bed, helps constipation. Great, yep. So that would be the Entera coated peppermint right here, the little soft gels. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just making sure I caught up on everyone in the chat box. Yep, so many good things. So that's our digestive pain suggestions. Next is head tension and migraine. So I saw quite a few chats about this one. Someone said past tense is great. That's one we have here. You can use things like Aroma Touch, Deep Blue, things like that. Copaiba, like I mentioned, I personally take Copaiba instead of ibuprofen. If in any instance where I would be taking ibuprofen, I just take a Copaiba instead, and that's great. So for just headaches, my favorite combo is lavender, peppermint, and frankincense. I just have it in a roller bottle. You can apply each individually around your temples, back of your neck, and rub it in, but it's really easy to make it into a roller bottle. And I think those 3 are absolutely fabulous. Migraines. So migraines are very often hormonal. They can be, gut related, but so make sure you're taking care of your gut. But hormonally, that's where Lifelong Vitality is really going to help. I actually can absolutely, I don't get migraines, but I do get headaches, especially around my time of the month. And if I have not taken my Lifelong Vitality, I definitely 100% notice that my headaches are worse. If I have a headache, it's because I didn't take my Lifelong Vitality, and it's around my time of the month. So being able to get your hormones balanced and will be able to help a lot. But these are great things to hit it hard. Migraines, try to use an oil as soon as you feel it coming on. Peppermint, almost everyone I know uses peppermint and it hits it just like that. Frankincense, Copaiba, those are good for inflammation, cellular health. Eucalyptus is great. That's not one I've personally used, but I know people who do. Past tense, things like that. So these are just really good ones. If you do happen to have migraines, or headaches frequently, not only being able to drink lots of water, but keep things in your purse or at your desk so you always have access to them, if they happen to always occur in one place, or just need them on hand whenever they do happen. Keep them in a purse or something like that. Oh, I'm sorry, Christine, that you lost your volume. Yeah, I was like, try to figure it out if you can, but if not, we'll have the recording for the next 24 hours. digestion. Yeah, there's so many good things in it. Oh, Ruth was just saying she gets vertigo before she gets migraine, and she uses rosemary, peppermint, and the Zendocrine right away, and it helps with the dizzy spell. That's great. I hadn't thought of those three combined. That's really nice. Nice to know. Rosemary, that's a good, and Zendocrine. Yep, nice. Thank you for sharing. That's wonderful. Yeah, so these are for headaches, migraines, things like that. Yep. Oh, whoa, wow, we made it through that so fast. So our challenge this week, so with our new weekly continuing education courses, we are doing a challenge every single week. So this week's challenge is to get out in the sun. You can go take a walk, hike, run, whatever you like, but try to add an oil to help enhance the experience. So you can use Breathe if you're someone, has asthma or just want to open your respiratory system, be able to open your airways. So add some Breathe to it. Maybe add some Deep Blue so you're not sore. If you're wanting some emotional relief, use your Adaptive, your Balance, or a citrus oil and put some on. Don't put citrus oil on your skin to go outside, it'll make you burn, especially if it's so hot right now. But, you can smell it or something, or take some internally in your water bottle and then get out in the sun. So go for a walk, hike, or run or something like that, and get out in the sun, and then let us know what you did and what oil you used in the little challenge. And I'll be giving away a couple of Copaiba capsules. I don't have them right here, but they're just little ones, just like this. I'll be giving away about 8 of them. So you'll be able to have them to try out for whenever you feel like you need an ibuprofen or something, or need a little bit of extra help. So you'll get 8 Copaiba capsules, which will be great. And we'll have that in the essential oil enthusiasts group. That's where the challenge will be. So I have a couple of on my list of things you guys mentioned that we didn't get to, some specific questions. So I'll make sure I answer them now. But if there's other questions, I will stay on for that, and then I'll give just a brief, about 7-8 minute little overview about some business things we do. So I make sure I get through my list of stuff. So sinus pain, like we talked, we didn't talk a ton about that. Breathe is what I always suggest with respiratory stuff, being able to put that on there. If you don't have a book yourself, I pulled out my Essential Life book, but I think this one is easier. It's a little more straightforward, especially if you're newer. This is called the Essential Oils Made Simple book. And if you don't have one of these, ask your wellness advocate and they'll help tell you how to get one. But this has very specific things. You just look up, headache, sinus pain. It will give you the top 5 recommended oils and then how to use it. So it's incredibly straightforward. So if you have extra questions, if Breathe isn't enough, that's what I would suggest, is look it up in your book or ask your wellness advocate for extra stuff. Headaches. Some teething things. So teething, my favorite baby oil teething recipe is these 4. So let me make sure I get lavender, copaiba, clove, and Roman chamomile in a roller bottle. So they're something like clove is really strong. I'd only use 1 drop of that in a roller bottle for my little baby. But clove is actually the key in that one. So if you don't have clove, put a drop of On Guard. Clove, when you're an adult, you can put clove directly on your gums or your teeth, very diluted, but you can, put it on a Q-tip and put it on, and that will help your teeth or toothaches. But for babies, you will just put those 4 in a roller bottle with coconut oil and then be able to rub it on their jaw. And my little baby, she would just she'd melt to those massages. She thought that massage with those 4 oils was a dream. We would often be able to put her back to sleep, at night, just with a little massage with the roller bottle. So those 4 are what I suggest for teething. Some childbirth pain specifically. There's lots of things, and I think that was Crystal. So you reach out to me. I've got lots of suggestions, but the things I use specifically were Deep Blue, especially if you happen to labor a lot in your back, being able to put Deep Blue there. And then Copaiba. When I had my baby, I just used Copaiba afterwards instead of taking, their ibuprofen or whatever they were giving you. And so I just took my Copaiba capsules. You can take them more frequently, it doesn't have to be every 4 hours. If you need to take them, a little earlier than that, you can, and being able to apply oils all over. My absolute favorite postpartum it's a spray for down there, as you're healing. My absolute favorite one for childbirth is lavender and frankincense with witch hazel, and then diluted with water in a spray bottle. That is amazing, absolutely amazing, for healing and things like that. So yeah, those are a couple of my suggestions for childbirth. Oh yes, I can do the teething oil again. Sorry, I didn't see that. So the teething oil is clove, copaiba, lavender, and Roman chamomile. Those ones 4 together are just incredible. I love those. Yep, those 4. Yeah, thank you for adding that to the chat box. I can't type and talk very well, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Janet. Well, was there any other questions specifically or anything I didn't cover? I'm looking through the chat box. I think either I either responded to everything or someone else responded through a chat. So I think we got everything. Well, fabulous. Well, if you would like to stay just for about 8 minutes, we're going to do a little business overview. I'm sorry, I heard someone jump on. You can talk. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. Is there a way to get the recording? I've been in and out, and I would love to. I got the teething and the childbirth ones, but I missed some of the others. So
yes, so the recording will be up on our Essential Oil Enthusiasts Facebook page for the next 24 hours.
oh, okay. I don't know if I'm a part of that group yet. So
Okay, who
I'll
is your person? Did you say it was
Tegan.
Tegan? I can try to, if someone has the link somewhere, I don't have it super accessible right this second. So someone can either throw the link in or ask Tegan. I know she can get you to it right away.
Okay, put my name in the chat and I'll send the link. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I'm like, someone's here. I know they'll help. Thank you, Janet. Yes, Caitlin. So for after birth spray, it was, I think I found it in the essential oil book, but it's lavender and frankincense. It was like just a spray bottle, just a little glass spray bottle, and then witch hazel. So I think I did about half of it, quarter to a third of witch hazel, and then the rest with water. And then the lavender, it was like 10 drops of lavender, 10 drops of frankincense, but lavender, frankincense, witch hazel, water. That was really incredible. Yeah, that made a big difference. Thank you, Janet. Oh yeah, looks like someone threw it in there. Yeah, so that's the Facebook page, and that will have the recording for the next 24 hours. And then the challenge will be on there too, on the same page, so you'll be able to respond to that.
Cedar, can
Yeah,
I
you're
say
welcome.
something?
Ruth.
So there's 3 dots next to the emoji in the chat. If you click on that, you can save your chat to your computer if you're on the computer, just so y'all know.
Now that is cool. Even I didn't know that. Thank you, Ruth. That's brilliant. Yes, you can. Oh, that's cool.
But yeah.
Fun, my handy little tip. Did anyone else have questions? If not, okay, then this is another fun part. This will just be a couple minutes. So the joy of sharing doTERRA, really,
Okay.
my experience was I've been using oils for, about 12 years. It's been a long time. And I definitely was not using them to their fullest potential until I started learning more and coming to classes like this. And so I'm high five to all of you who are here and being able to expand your knowledge and knowing how to apply things more and utilize them in different ways. It's very empowering. I have loved being able to learn how to use them. And then the sharing side of doTERRA, I started sharing doTERRA as a business when I was pregnant with my little girl. And I wanted something that to just learn more, but I wanted something that I could be a 100% stay-at-home mom, but still be able to help with our income. My husband just barely graduated from college, and so being able to help with our income as he was still in school was really important, but I didn't want to sacrifice my time with my baby and didn't want to miss any of those steps. And so I'm really grateful doTERRA has given me that. I really have been able to stay home and being able to have that sort of income. And I know not everyone might not be able to do it right away with their doTERRA income, but being able to have that as an option and having it grow and seeing it grow with right along with my baby. I had my very first class scheduled, and then my water broke, so I had to reschedule my doTERRA class. So don't worry, even if your water breaks the day of your doTERRA class, you can still jump in and do it later. I had my cute little baby with me. She's been along the journey right by my side the whole way, so it's sure been fun. But I just love all the opportunities doTERRA has, and building is really simple. So in a nutshell, we use doTERRA products, we share about with other people, and we teach people, very similar to, I'm sure you all have been to, you know, a class or a one-on-one, and then these continuing education classes. So it's really pretty straightforward. And oh, I'm so glad you've been enjoying these classes. I'm glad you're able to be here and be able to add new stuff into it. So yeah, I'm like, we really just teach classes. It's really fun to be able to give that knowledge. Essential oils are really cool, but they definitely need more of an instruction manual, right? Than just seeing the label at a grocery store, you know? That's why you don't go to the grocery store. You need extra help and fun teachers. And that's why we love our wellness community and what we're able to build, and all the friendships and things we're able to gain through connecting with each other. So it's been really fun. I've loved my journey the last few years. But so just being able to kind of show what some of the possibilities are. So you can be a part-time, you know, just want to get your products paid for person, and that, you know, you can see here, that's a 3 to 5 hour a week, you know, not just a couple hours a week, some extra time, and that's being able to pay for the products you use. There's different ranks in doTERRA and Elite and Premier. You can see there's some estimates on how long it would take to get to Elite and Premier in just a couple hours. And yeah, I did my Premier in 6 months. And that was really great with my 6 months of my newborn, you know, so I'm like, I was able to add a couple hours in, but not a ton. I was a brand new mom and still figuring things out, but it totally worked. And I was so grateful for that. The next one is being able to supplement your income. This is a little more part-time, about 10 to 15 hours a week, and being able to get to Elite and Silver and Gold in just a couple of years, you know. Silver, yeah, I would say there's just a couple hundred extra dollars. Gold, you know, it depends on what you do, but that's, you know, almost 1,000 and things like that and stuff like that. So it's really fun to be able to have those options of growing your residual income, which is even better, you know, than just trading dollars for hours where it is residual. So I love that these are residual numbers and income. And then if you want to replace and be really serious about it, being able to replace your income is, you know, 15, 30, 40 hours. You can choose how, if you want to dive headfirst in, you're absolutely able to. But being able to hit diamond in just a couple of years, and that's diamond's a 6-figure income, you know, for a year, which is just incredible. So it's really cool to see these possibilities. Oh, I'm spouting off numbers, but you can see here gold and diamond income. That's around 4,000. That's almost $5,000 to $16,000 a month. These are a month, you know. So that's just really cool to see the possibilities, and being able to not only bless you and your family's life, but those around you. I am so blessed by my essential oils and the knowledge I've been able to gain and be taught over the last decade of my life. I'm really grateful for it. So you're not only blessing your own life and your families, but those around you. So I love that. It's just helping everyone. And now, you know, I can say those numbers and say the ranks, but people always ask, you know, what does it really look like? How do you plan your schedule? How do you actually succeed? I had a neighbor who she came to a class a couple months ago, and she asked, how long have you been in doTERRA? And I was like, over 2 years now. And she was shocked. She was all, what? How do you make it that long in an MLM? And I had to respond to them all, because we have a team that actually works. You know, we have the systems figured out. We have an incredible team with leaders on it. Lots of them are here today, and trainings and things like that that really set you up for success. They help you do your schedule and build on your strengths and things like that. So it is, we are unique, have a unique and incredible team that supports you in every stage you're at throughout your business. So I really just love that. But you can see here, you know, whether you decide, you just decide how many hours you want, and then you're able to add a couple of classes in. You can do, you know, one-on-one sessions, just a couple a week. You can do, we always suggest, you know, aim for 5, but make sure you do at least 3 or 4, and being able to do that will help you continuously be moving forward. So doing one night a week, not only do you get to teach a class, but you get some girl time. I love being able to talk to moms and getting out of the house sometimes, or doing them over Zoom and meeting new people and just being enriched by the people I meet. So I love having that opportunity. And then at the same time, I hope to be able to answer their questions and help them find answers, because nothing is worse than feeling stuck in a situation or helpless or being in pain. And I really hope to be able to give people solutions and empower them. Now, like we said, a weekly schedule, it's just a couple of business building activities, and we schedule them in, depending on how many hours. Sometimes I have a friend who only works a couple hours a week, for doTERRA. So she kind of has a 2-week rotating schedule. Whereas if you work, 20 or 40 hours, you'll do every single activity every single week. So we help you figure out a schedule that works with what your goal is and what time you want to spend. But it starts out with, like we said, intro to oil classes. You do business training. That's how we help train you. You do wellness consults, which is about an hour-long meeting, typically over Zoom, with every new person to help make sure they are confident in whatever products they bought and they know how to use them, as well as helping show them all the fun things they have access to. We do continuing education classes like you saw tonight. We do a team call that is every week where we mastermind and we really, help each other build and learn and brainstorm and do lots of fun things and training. So that's our ongoing training with our big team. We do strategy sessions with your key leaders. I love that. And I love being able to be mentored. They really help you grow individually. And so I love that personal one-on-one care. And then contacting people and following up with new people you meet and family and customers and things like that. So being able to, these are really the 7 key business steps that will help progress your business forward. This is a little more breakdown of the list, but the intro to oil class, which I'm sure most of you either did, you were able to go to one yourself, or you did a one-on-one, but it's very basic information and it's about 45 minutes to an hour long. Like we said, there's basic business intro. We have some really incredible things to help you get going. Wellness consults, I already explained, that's, about an hour long with anyone who's new. Continuing education, we love that we're doing this once a week now. I think it's so much fun, and being able to connect with you and still see people and not just have them recorded. So I love that they're live all the time now. Like we said, team calls, strategy calls. Team calls are once a week. Strategy calls might be, every week or a couple times a month, depending on what you need or where you're at. And then contacting and following up. So this is texts or phone, calls, sending invites, things like that, to be able to reach out to those people around you and being able to help invite them to things and making sure that they are getting their questions answered. Because we don't like when people leave with questions. We want to be able to give it to them. And I just love this little quote. So it says, when you share doTERRA products, you bring hope and wellness to the people you love, your community, and ultimately the world. It really is that good on both sides of the bottle. I love that doTERRA does good all the way from the farmers and harvesters of the plants to the people who use the oils. There's so much good they are spreading in the world, and just so much light. It makes me proud to be a part of it. But selling the doTERRA way is about service. It absolutely is, one drop at a time, one person at a time, and we are serving the world with wellness solutions. And I just love that as a goal. And I know that I have seen the company over the last 2.5 years almost wholly embody this goal, and I just love that. I absolutely love it. But yes, that is the joy of sharing doTERRA. And Dawn's here if there's anything. I know you're a little newer, but it's been fun working with you the last 6 months. How's your experience been, Dawn? Oh, maybe she jumped off. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to put her on the spot. Well, I know there's lots of fun people on here who have worked and been able to seen it bless their lives as well as others in the process. So it's been wonderful. I truly enjoy it. Well, that is officially our end of our class. If there's any questions, oh yes, thank you, Rich. Yeah, Ruth, well, we can get that to you, no problem. If there's any questions or think you want to ask, just let us know. Oh, you're so sweet. Thanks, Ruth. Thanks for the applause. I appreciate everyone's help and being able to jump in chat boxes and stuff like that. I appreciate it. So yes, we'll log off for the night. Check the Facebook page for the challenge and we'll see who the winner is on Friday. That'll be lots of fun. Thank you, everyone.
Great job. Thank you, Cedar.
Oh,
Bye, everyone.
you're so sweet. Thank you.